Hi guys, Lake here today. Oh gosh, I'm tiny wearing this life jacket. Oh my gosh. There we go. Blake here today, Lilleys Resort in Marina. It is the 11th, I think. Yeah, today's June 11th. It's about 1 in the afternoon, and I'm gonna do the one cast for you today. Today we're gonna do something we haven't done in a while. We're gonna drag some jerk baits. It's called like the speckled shad or something. Kind of looks like a rainbow trout a little bit. Got the belly hook ripped off. I've got about 2.5 foot of 4-pound leader to my size 12 barrel swivel, size 12 snap swivel sliding on the line there. And I decided to ramp the weight up just a touch today and make it a 3/16 ounce instead of an 1/8 ounce, which is what I normally use. Well, we'll see how that pays off. Why isn't my foot pedal working? There we go. Yeah, I'm starting at the bottom side of Big Hole. The boat ramp's right behind me. And we'll see how long we're going to drag for. I want to go probably all the way down through the Narrows. Depends on how many baits we lose. I only have 3. Setting on my remote. Let's see, I had a trip this morning from 5:30 to 9:30. We started off first thing trying to find a big boy on a jerk bait. We only found a couple of smaller fish on the jerk bait this morning. And then they're supposed to be running a constant 3 units, and they kind of dropped it a little bit. They kind of played with the water levels. It kind of ticked the fish off a little bit, stirred up some moss. So we had to work to get our limit of keepers, on top of the fact that some of the bigger 15, 16, 17 inchers were biting. And you can't keep those up here. So, but we still caught fish, and it was a good time. Another part of the day we drug scuds and eggs on a slip bobber rig. But this is kind of more my favorite water, the 3 and 4 units for dragging these jerk baits on the bottom. These are just a couple of those cheaper models that we sell up in the shop. I think I put the packaging in my pocket. I can find the name. Peppered shad was the name of the one that I'm using right now. There's a fish. Oh, did he come off of there? Gosh darn it. There's a swimming with me. Nah, he came off of there. Oh no, he's still there. Look at that. He was just letting me pull him right on in. There we go. Nice little set right there in the lip. There we go. Guess that was the fish on the first cast. Didn't take too long. Considering we started right above the boat ramp, it's only about 100 yards away. Ideally, whichever way your boat is pointing, you want to keep that line kind of drifting pretty straight with your drift. If it drags too far off to either side, it's going to pick up moss. It's not going to look right. Table Rock has risen well over a foot in the last 30 hours or so. It's all the way up at 918.5. Or it made it to 4.7 earlier when I looked. I haven't looked again, but it was rising pretty quickly. I guess the James River arm of Table Rock got slammed during that last storm. Got like over 3 inches of rain, so I predict that for the rest of at least the next 3 to 5 days, we'll see this type of water 24 hours a day. They've got 3 units all day written on the schedule from midnight to midnight. No chances of storms at the moment. Oh, there's a fish. At the moment, looking like Sunday and Monday of next week, there's a chance for some more thunderstorms. I don't think we'll see floodgates unless now that they have all 4 units working, unless the lake goes over 920 feet elevation. But I can predict that we'll probably see 3 to 4 units pretty steadily for a while here. Oh, that was a bite. You got some swinging at it, that's for sure. I did catch one on the first cast, though.
Did you?
I did.
I hate it when my clients give out free licks like that. Make them pay.
I know it. So that last thing I just had, what looked like a bite, I'm pretty sure it was a hang up. We're just gonna reel this in and check for moss. It's just like with any other bait on this lake. If it's got veggies on it, the trout don't want it. They do not like salad with their steak. We got another trip this afternoon. I really hope they don't fluctuate the water like they did this morning. They just leave it consistent, the bite will be a lot better. Oh. Alright. I want to show you how you get a jerkbait back, or at least most of the time you get one back. Method doesn't always work. Just turn on your boat and drive up above the hang-up. A lot of the time your lure will come unhooked. We'll see if it works for me today. Yep, and it works. And there we go. Pull it in, make sure we didn't break the bill or bend a hook here. We're looking pretty solid. See if I can get snagged on it twice. So that little method, especially when you're dragging these, that works like 90% of the time. You can usually get your bait back and then catch a fish. That was a little better. He's gonna roll that hook off of there before I can get a good look at him now. Yeah. Now we're getting a little bigger. The cool thing about this method is it does provide the opportunity to catch some fish, number one. And number two, some of those bigger fish will bite it because they want a bigger meal. So. John Neal, he's a regular here on the lake, and he lives and dies on this sword, and they catch some nice trophy fish doing it. And I've caught plenty of trophy fish dragging these baits in the Signature Series paint job styles. So right now my bait just kind of feels like dead weight. If you ever get that and you're not feeling that bill really jerking around a lot, there's a really good chance that there's moss on it. I was going to reel it in and check, but now I can feel it wobbling pretty good. I don't think there's any moss on there. Talked to another guy who comes and stays at Lilley's a few times a year, Matt Milner. They were out early this morning and they were dragging the 762s on the bottom. And I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? I haven't done that in a while on the one cast. This is the perfect day for that. We are going to pull that in and check it because it has been a while without a bite. Nothing. Okay. Still haven't solved this camera overheating issue, so if it overheats, I'll turn it off and put it in the shade, and I'll wait 10 or 15 minutes and turn it back on and try to finish out the episode. I got a sneaking suspicion it's going to overheat before I get to the Narrows. Almost looks like a shad in the water. I gotta catch up and see this. Oh, oh. Come on. False alarm. We are coming up on Lookout Island in Point Royale. Going right through the shallow chute at the moment. This is a kind of strange spot really to drag anything in. The way the water converges, this area in the chute, makes it pretty hard to get down. This rig does a pretty good job of coming through here and staying connected to the bottom. And as long as we can stay out of the moss, I'm going to try to drift a little closer to the channel on the bluff and see if we can pick up any of the big boys laying down in that water. Yeah, I lost connection with the bottom right there. This is about where it starts to get deeper. I'm starting to see a little bit more moss in the water. Yeah, I know, right? I'm either mossed up or I've just completely lost connection with the bottom. So let's find out which one it is. Okay, I guess I lost connection. I'm gonna slide in a little closer to the bluff here. So I'm riding like the channels here. I'm riding just kind of right on the edge. Got my bait casted right in the center. I don't want to ride too close to the bluff because then I'll just keep getting sucked in and I'll have to keep making adjustments. I'm hoping this is kind of the medium ground here. I haven't made contact with the bottom yet. Still haven't made contact. I don't know what's going on here. I don't generally throw anything heavier than an 1/8, and I can usually get it down anywhere. So this is a little puzzling. Unless, of course, I picked something up on my way down. Oh. Okay. Let's try it again. There we go. A little dry on the bites from the bottom of Trophy Run there. Oh, that felt like a bite. I just had to go and say something. So if it was me, I'd probably finish my drift, see if there's a bite by the narrows. If not, I'd just go back up to the dam and just kind of keep repeating that short little drift. But I'll bet you there's some by the narrows that are eating a jerk bait. Nope. Sure felt like a bite. I reeled in. Check out the rig. I'm gonna try to hit that channel again and see if I get my bait down. I don't know what happened on that last the first try. There you go. Oh, really? Alright. I didn't feel like going and getting that one back. I wanted to try this other color anyway. I think it's one of the new colors in the shop there. It's called the Depth Charge. It's kind of a bluish green. Same setup on everything else though there. Okay. And the trick with this method is it's gotta be oh gosh, I forgot what I was about to say. I think I was gonna say that you primarily need to feel that thing digging the entire time. If you're just having little spurts where you feel the bait shake and then nothing, you either have something wrong with your bait, not enough weight, or you've got moss attached. Oh, that felt like a bite. I'll tell you what, you don't have to use the jerk baits that we have in the shop. Any small floating jerk bait can be used. Well, I was really hoping to see a little more action down this stretch with this thing, but they're definitely biting it at the dam. I guess I should have just done a stretch from the dam down to the trophy run. That's where Matt was this morning. I caught a 28-inch brown dragon jerkbaits through here a couple years ago, right here on the bluff. Starting to look like the camera might make it. We're almost to the Narrows. Thinking that was a snag. Getting to the point where I just, even with the sun all the way up, just don't hear any cicadas in the trees. It's sad. I'd trade that noise all year round for the topwater bite to be all year. Okay, we officially entered the Narrows. Alright, I think it's recording. The camera totally died. I was just getting ready to say this was going to be my last cast as it was dying. We'll see if it'll last for just a minute or two longer here as we go through the narrows. While I was waiting for the camera to cool off, I did one little drift down that straight section of the bluff with a cicada pattern, and I got one rise right there, kind of right at the end of the bluff there, so that bite is definitely slowing down. Which is sad. Don't worry, I'll have plenty of cicadas for the next time we have a 17-year hatch. Yeah, they must be doing just fluctuating the water just ever so slightly, because, you know, by now all that trash should have been cleaned up if they were just running a straight 150. So that felt fishy. Alright, well, I think that's good enough. We thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook. We'll be back again tomorrow.